Good evening, my name's Alex Campbell.
My name's Stephen Wilson.
And you're watching the 6th episode of Dissecting Vikings.
So, the first thing that pops up, which is really funny, because it gets quite funny as we go on, is the people rocking up to the island fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you know, they were warned, right? Like,
yeah.
Agatha, what'd she say? He's the Loki and the
Trickster.
Deceiver?
Yeah. The trickster. Yeah. I don't think it's as much as the intentional trick as just he's a drug-addled mushroom head who misread the situation completely.
He was really dehydrated, and I guess he would have been starving and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he was out of his mind.
Yeah,
He's got cuts, and he's got fever and all that crazy shit.
Eating magic mushrooms.
The House of Odin. I mean, you know, so they're all like fervent believers, right? They to what varying degrees they all think it's real.
Yeah, believe in the gods and whatnot.
You know, this guy came up to me and was like, "Oh, the house that Odin built and blah blah blah, and the island of the gods and all this crazy shit." I've been like, you could just have that. Yeah. You have that.
I like this new cast of characters they're setting up though, because it looks like they're going to be long-running characters from now on in, and they've done a really good job of just setting up these new 5 or 6 characters.
Yeah. Well, so we're gonna have our families or whatever. You had the shot with the young ones that have the kid.
The main guy who's in opposition, and then the other bigger guy who's with Floki and his daughter. It was all on board with Floki. It's conflict and whatnot.
And that's fine to have that conflict, and it's realistic for that the antagonist guy, I guess, to be super fucking pissed off with what's going on. But I feel like also, so we get this in this episode, I feel like that the longer it drags, that you have that sort of same thing happening, that it could get tedious quite easily.
Yeah, they need to do something with it.
You know, just have it
2 or 3 episodes. Well, by the end of the season, something needs to happen.
Well, just having him constantly every episode going, blah blah blah.
Remember at the end of the episode when he's like, Floki wants to be our leader, blah blah blah, and he was like, Floki was staring him down. Just so got flashbacks of Floki killing Athelstan. Don't fuck with Floki, man.
No.
That was kind of old, mad Floki. This is new, mad Floki.
You want to be king.
But yeah, I wouldn't fuck around Floki.
Well, in saying that, this is another one of those situations, and I guess maybe he does want to be king, and being called out on it, he couldn't deny it. But if he doesn't, he should deny it. He should have said, "No, that's not true. Sorry, you're wrong."
Yeah.
Right, this is what I think we should do, like a democratic, whatever he was talking about.
Yeah.
And being their spiritual, not leader, I guess.
Guru kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
Maybe like the new seer.
I mean, the guy's right to call him out.
Yeah.
And say, "Oh, well, it looks like you want to be the leader." But if he does, I would like to know whether he does or doesn't want to do that. You know.
Probably part of him does, I would assume.
Well then, yeah. Well then, that's fucked then. Because that's a lie. Because everything he's saying is just a lie then, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's saying, "Oh, there will be no leader," and da. And he said, "I am the leader." He's like, wait a minute.
There will be no leader. It's a democratic. Now dig my hot tub. All of you dig my hot tub.
I'm gonna go sit over there and you make shit for me. Do it now! I'll kill you! We will never solve problems with an axe, except this axe is me.
I brought the one axe! The guy with all the axes are in the fire.
Yeah, he's got the axe. You know, I'm watching Floki, and I'm thinking, and it's sort of, I guess it's the same thing with Astrid, people just not saying anything when they should be.
Yeah.
I kept watching and they're talking, I'm thinking he needs like a better PR.
Yeah, definitely. He needs to be like Trump now. Just charismatic.
Fake news. Fake news.
Talking out of his ass. Just, it's gonna be all good, it's fine, it's great, we didn't fuck up. But yeah, he's really quiet and withdrawn. I think he's questioning what's going on too. See him playing with a bit of grass. He's like, why are you not telling them what's going on?
Yeah. Why are you not sure?
Just fucked off. Because he's not on mushrooms
Goes to commit suicide.
Just walk in, he's just hanging there like,
I feel like though, because they've got like the geysers or whatever, the water jets and the hot pools, and that's all volcanic activity. Wouldn't the island actually be really fertile?
Yeah, it would be.
Like super, mega fertile.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to turn out for them, it's going to be a great settlement.
Well, though, in saying that, when they originally get to like the hot pools place and they're talking about and they have like the sort of wide shot, I don't see any trees or anything.
No.
But then they're all sitting around and they're sort of building stuff and there's all these trees. Yeah. It's like, okay, let's just stop for a second.
There's either trees or
there's not trees.
Yeah,
you know?
You
can either plant things here or you can't plant things here.
Yeah.
You know, when you pick up the soil, is it dead or is it like beautiful
full
volcanic?
of nutrients and whatnot.
So that was a bit of a double take for me to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here is the place. Here is where we shall live.
I remember an interview with Peter Jackson on the special features for Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. He was talking about the movie Zulu with Michael Caine.
Which is such a fucking amazing movie.
It is a great movie.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, alright, this is a Zulu review. If you haven't seen Zulu, go
watch
Zulu.
it. Damn, watch it. It is.
Yeah. And he's talking about it in relation to the pacing of Helm's Deep and the anticipation for the battle and how that is just as important as the battle, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
Building the audience up with the tension to that moment. And I think in relation to that, this episode was called The Moon, and they kept on showing the moon. Obviously, Ivor's coming the full moon, and I thought they did a really good job using that, showing the passage of time and building up anticipation for this battle and the tension.
Well, when that's been done quite often, there's no reason not to sort of do essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
You like that is just a fairly straightforward way to build the tension, and where depending on the sound design and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
all the characters getting ready and everything, and yeah.
There's a lot of dialogue between Bjorni and Lagertha talking about the end of the world and all that stuff. Yeah. Ragnarok.
The end of our world is here.
Yeah, I feel like this episode is just anticipation and tension building to the next episode.
So the tension is building on three fronts, I guess. Because you've got the battle, you've got Floki as a maybe mutiny that might be coming. Right, and then you've got Astrid and Harold, right? So that's the boiling, like a bit of anxiety she must be feeling boiling up inside her.
Let's get into that then, because she's rape baby pregnant. Astrid is rape baby pregnant.
Well, so within the first, when we cut to Astrid and Harold and which is really great, she's on the pier or whatever and she throws up. That's and it looked really real too, which is really good.
It did not overdone or anything, And
and so I always have this sort of problem where, and it happens quite often, there'll be a character who does something against somebody else, whatever, and basically they've fucked them over, but now, you end up with two possible paths they can either take, and you'll either... the outcome will be worse depending on which one you pick. Yeah. Right? And a lot of the times in these sort of I guess it's a bit of a cliche.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right? Is that it seems to me that sometimes you'd be better off in the long run just telling the truth before things get out of hand. Like the longer that you leave it from whatever the incident was that you should be thinking about telling, the worse it gets. So it's funny because I said to you that she throws up and she's obviously falling apart at the seams, and then Harold comes over and she's like, I'm pregnant basically. And he's like, oh, you've made me so happy, I'm gonna be a father. And it's like, that is the point where you can no longer tell the truth.
Too late.
You should have said something.
He's got too much invested in this.
You have just made me the happiest man in Midgard.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and that cliche does pop up in a lot of things that happened in The Last Jedi. There was a moment I'm like, what the fuck? Just fucking tell them. Like, why? There's a lot of secrets kept in
just
shit
say
for no
something.
reason. Yeah. But in this circumstance specifically, I can understand, like, she was completely betraying his force for Lagatha and shit. Like, hey Harold, how's it going? I alerted the other force to our coming.
That's true,
Really,
I guess, yeah.
I'm invested in them still.
In saying that though, and while that's true, I didn't think about what actually her, how grievous her betrayal had actually been,
completely betraying their force and alerting them to their military
But, you know,
strategy.
I feel like he should have always kept it in the back of his mind.
He's got his
allegiances.
fucking blinders on.
Yeah, blinders on.
completely.
Yeah, I think she's completely...
Just...
I mean, and especially since it's only been, 1 or 2 episodes since she was still on the edge of, not having anything to do with it.
Having mad lesbian flashbacks of Lagatha.
So...
He doesn't know that though.
No, but even then when she was being
on
frigid,
the boat and stuff. Yeah.
And then he had to like convince her and all this.
Well, yeah, he's that dumb guy who's falling for the chick 10 shots and can't see anything.
That's funny.
Idiot. It's like his first girl, I guess. When people fucking get that.
He's a virgin.
Yeah.
He's done, that's it, it's all over.
I love her, we'll be married forever. You're like 15, man.
I guess that I'm really appreciative of this series where they're not afraid to have like the rapes, and I guess they didn't have like the full rape scene, but
yeah, it was still a reasonably confronting.
But the fact that it happened nonetheless is something that we can touch on, and I guess we can look forward to the conflict with her relationship to her child, which she knows is a rape child. Right?
I'm going to be a father. Let's go.
So they set up a new group of Vikings in this episode called the Samis. We did a little bit of research on them, not much. But yeah, culturally they look vastly different. Their garb is like weird, almost like African or something.
I don't know, it's it kind of looks Russian, I guess. It's that closer to Slavic sort of thing. That's what I kind of...
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe they got influences from maybe Africa or something. It's kind of weird, the sort of things where everybody the Turkish people, I guess, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They all sort of went over there. It said that they'd sort of gone into Russia or whatever. But I know for certain that you had like the sort of the south, which is the Vikings.
Yeah.
And then you had, I guess, the Finnish and the North. So Norway is Harold Finehair.
Yeah.
That's Norway.
They're like Danish kind of.
Yeah, so you had like the Vikings we know, and then you had Norway, right?
Yeah.
And that's Vikings, and then I guess you had like the Finnish and all that sort of stuff.
Kind of like Viking gypsies.
Sort of thing.
It's a lot of wandering around, and they were kind of integrating into Scandinavian culture at this point, but from briefly what I read up on, they'd come from somewhere else.
Well, they were like nomads or something, I guess. Yeah, nomads or whatever.
It's good that they are actually a thing though. When I first seen this, I'm like, is Michael Hurst just throwing some random fucking
just come up with random crap?
Just like Easterlings.
No, well, so that's the thing though, right? And
that's an actual culture.
And that's we keep saying that, so he's not just throwing random crap at a dartboard or whatever. He's actually bringing anything,
which is good.
Which is something else I wanted to talk about. Which is, and this comes at the end, which we've got Athelstan's son, what's his name?
Alfred.
And it's really cool because he retraces the steps of his father and he goes back to the thing. And they show like the mural of all the monks being butchered.
Then the Lord said unto me, out of the north a great evil shall break forth upon all the inhabitants of the land.
That's great, and the dude and the main monk's like, some of them died, most of them died, some of them got sold to slavery, some of them drowned in the ocean. Trying to escape. Drown themselves. Which, seems pretty reasonable considering the sort of brutality.
Just fucking barbarians on the water.
This falls into the sort of seeing glimpses of the rest of the world and what's happening, and we're getting like anchors in time points. It's really cool that I guess Alfred's going to be a reformist or whatever. So they're talking about the changing everything to English, which happened, and really change things for Christianity.
Well, at that point, the common man couldn't just sit down and read the Bible.
Oh no,
it was in Latin, so the priests had a much higher point in society.
So a village priest or whatever could just say whatever the hell he wanted. And that was super corrupt.
And then he just interpreted it his way. Once common man could read it and interpret it interpreted vastly different ways. Game changed.
Yeah, very much so. Well, was this before? This was pre-Crusade, right?
Yeah, this is.
So I feel like that what that allowed for is the expansion of the religion, really, or the strengthening of it.
Yeah,
because people are more invested when they can sort of see it for themselves,
definitely.
and that led to your sort of hardline Christianity, militaristic.
Yeah,
you've got Hakeman or whatever, who's a bit
precursor to that.
And so getting everybody sort of more involved, strengthening the bonds. So it's really interesting that we're seeing all that.
Yeah.
And little glimpses at Reformation and stuff.
God can be glorified and addressed in English. And that way all the people here can share your love and understanding for him, as well as share all the knowledge contained in all those books in your library. It's only a thought.
Hakeman and Ivar.
Yeah,
they're doing the Ragnar thing.
Yeah, I really like that dynamic. It's weird, and Hageman hasn't really opened up as a character and got more depth.
No.
His character works a lot more in this context of being captured by this weird, crazed
sociopath.
Yeah. And their little back and forths. They're playing chess all throughout this episode.
Was it chess? Because I thought that.
No, the pieces are different.
4 points of entry or something,
and the Viking game or something. Yeah, but they're playing this strategy game together, and I really like the dynamic and the idea of either capturing him and releasing him like a weapon. It's cool.
Very well. So it's really interesting because I remember that we talked about how I guess moving towards overly melodramatic sort of Hakeman's acting.
Yeah.
But it's the same with the guy that plays Ivar as well. And it's actually interesting is that them both sitting down doing it actually works really well.
Yeah, it does, oddly. It does.
They play off each other. It's a lot less noticeable when you've got Ivar on the other end talking and they're doing the thing.
Well, Hakeman's kind of the fish out of water now, so it makes more sense for him to be the weird, over dramatic guy.
Though in saying that, the scene where he's looking through the bars and talking about the moon, that was a bit fucking stupid.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, and the moon beneath her feet. And upon her head, a crown.
When he was talking about the Virgin Mary.
Well, when he was just going, the moon is a woman and blah, 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 looking, and they had the shot of him looking out, and it's like, it's a bit overly melodramatic. A bit too much, But then Ivor brings it back, and you're having characters.
Scoffs at the Virgin.
Well, they're having the religious talk again, right? Which is, again, reflecting...
Athelstan and Ragnar.
Well, Ragnar and also the king.
Well, the three of those people all got into their religions and analysing it and debating it.
Which is and it's good. It's one of the most interesting things about the show.
Definitely.
One of the most uninteresting things about the show is Ubert and the conspiracy that his bloody missus is trying to push.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Lagertha needs to kill her.
Well, so what needs to happen is because they've spent heaps of episodes on this now, where we keep cutting to her trying to conspire
in the bedroom.
It all just needs to come to an abrupt end, like that whole conspiracy.
He either needs to flip and say, I'll betray Lagertha, or say, no, you're fucking stupid.
Well, or they try and do it. Like she convinces him they try and do it and they just die immediately. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Well, she's crazy. She sees Bjorn kissing.
No, Uber kissing.
Uber kissing.
Well, he's a bit of a creeper though, That's
a bit weird. He's just broken up. She's just broken up with his brother, and he's like, move here.
give me.
But he needs to ditch Margaret.
Is that what her name is?
Yeah, Margaret.
Marguerite?
She was just like some slave that they just
that's right.
They were just fucking her.
Just conned away into
and then he set her free to marry her, and now she's like, I want to be the queen. I'm like, hold on a fucking second. Can you move slowly?
Who are you again?
Yeah, you're a slave.
I don't know you.
A year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Suck my dick.
And
go away.
Yeah.
You love Torvi?
So I think Michael Hurst, the guy who writes the show, has a fantasy about being tied up and raped.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
In the opening 2 episodes, we got King Harold tied up and he was raped, and now we get Bjorn tied up by his new crazy woman and raped.
They're gonna find, what's his name, the director or whatever. They're gonna find him, dead, like
tied up.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
If you read George R. Martin's A Song of Fire and Ice, you quickly find out all his perversions, which are obviously his specific perversions. They just keep on coming up in the story too many times. It's like big brown nipples. He just keeps on bringing up big brown. But in every sex scene he goes on about the big brown nipples, and it's like the geography of the people and their complexion and shit. It's like, Martin, this is your fucking weird thing.
Please don't push
We can all tell. Stop going on about big brown nipples.
Big brown nipples, that's great. That's really
and now I think that Michael Hurst
BDSM.
Yeah.
I can live with that though.
That's fine, but I just want him to know that it's obvious that this is specifically your perversion creeping into the show, and we can tell.
Your private kink is no private anymore.
And it makes me feel good that I'm writing about real people, that I'm as it were, bringing them back to life and connecting them to the contemporary world.
The Samis?
Yeah, Samis.
Something like that.
I wouldn't fucking let that random person tie me up.
Yeah, they got really weird really quick. She's talking about like castrating deer by
It's
children.
like, I'll be like this, and it's like, I'm gonna we castrate. I'll be like, no, this is not good, eh? Time to leave.
Yeah.
Time to leave!
I mean, Bjorn is a big fella. Assumably, he could have kicked his way out of that situation.
I hope that he's keeping that in mind.
Yeah. But that would be definitely a moment of, fuck, she's crazy.
We women chew the balls to pieces inside the sack.
I guess like a castration scene would be pretty cool.
Yeah, especially for Bjorn at that point in his character.
He'd kill himself.
Yeah. Game over, man.
Game over, man. It's game over.
And when we're talking about this, you've got the 2 brothers, Harold and what's his face? I don't actually know his name.
Halfdan.
That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, that's a cool name. He was an actual guy too. He actually went into the Mediterranean with Bjorn and stuff.
Oh, really?
I started reading up on his Wikipedia page.
That's really fun. Cool.
Yeah. Just like reading Bjorn's page in like the Mediterranean, what he did, and like, oh, that's Halfdan, and I pulled him up. And was like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Fuck, that's great.
I don't think he was actually Harold's brother.
No, but that's fine. Well, so with Harold and what's her name, Astrid.
Yeah.
Actually, and it's another great example of the character writing stuff. 'Cause I really care about these characters. I actually really wanted Harold's relationship with Astrid to go well.
Yeah, I feel for Harold.
Yeah, I feel for him too. I really like that character. Yeah. He's like a regular Joe.
Yeah, he's bad with women.
Yeah.
Fucked up in the past.
But he's
supposed to be happy now.
Yeah, but he's still fairly cheerful and all that sort of stuff. And he's got big dreams. And it's
yeah, he's relatable.
I'm going to be a father. Skull.
We're back at Kattegat, and it's like, I've talked about how it's kind of done and done. I'm done with Kattegat. I want them to just finish that. I guess that's fine if Harold takes it and he becomes the king or whatever. But specifically like Bjorn and stuff too. I really was enjoying seeing them out in the wider world.
Yeah, I much preferred that storyline exploration of
it feels like, and it doesn't necessarily feel like this, but all the characters have been dragged back.
Yeah, just like tying up loose ends, I guess.
Is that what they're doing? I hope that that's what they're doing. Like,
I really hope so. Yeah. I would have preferred Bjorn and Halfdan to stay in the Mediterranean. Ivor obviously needs to get his revenge at some point because he keeps on going on.
Yeah, I know, that's true. Yeah,
so they need to tie that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Michael Hurst just wanted it to be a big Civil War type thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether that happened or not. As I said though, it can become tedious when you start dragging characters back.
Yeah, especially Bjorn.
To well-trodden ground.
Yeah.
Like, all our characters have developed well, except Lagatha, I guess. All our other characters have developed so much.
Yeah. Well, Lagatha had a massive arc up until this season.
Yeah.
Like, her arc has been the rise.
Well, she looks the same age as bloody Toffley or whatever her name is. Bjorn's ex-missus.
Yeah. Torvi.
Torvi?
Yeah. She needs crow's feet.
No, she needs to die. That's what she needs to do. She needs to go away.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're heading towards her dying. Well, like I said, her arc is over.
Yeah, I know it is.
She's at the point. This is what she's been gunning for like 5 seasons, and now she's there, and it's just like, no. All right, yeah. In conclusion, I think for me, this episode was all about the anticipation for the next episode, and I think it did a really good job of building the anticipation for that moment. A lot of good character studies. Again, that's what this show really is. Just a character study and exploration.
Well, even though we're bringing all the characters back, we're also having Floki. We're also having Floki bouncing out over to, I guess, Iceland.
Yes.
Right.
Iceland.
And so that's great, and hopefully, we'll resolve all this, and all the, as you said, the tension and the anticipation, all the characters are now put into a row. And so I look forward to some good battles, because they always do good battles.
Yeah. And the dynamic that they set up, the very complex character dynamic of all the infighting and all the different relationships between all the people that are now going to come to heads.
Political intrigue, lots of
Yeah.
But in saying that, it's not too muddy. Like, it's straightforward what can happen.
Yeah, well, all the characters, all their motivations, what they stand for, what they care about. It'd be muddy if you had all these people coming in and the characters weren't developed.
No, that's right.
At that point, you'd be like, they're not invested, I don't care. But yeah.
I care about most of the characters.
Yeah, it's done a really good job of setting them all up.
Very much so.
Yeah. Alright. Really help out if you cunts could like, subscribe, and comment.